Okay, the last video was cut short because my battery just depleted itself right in the middle of me talking. But this is where I was, showing this kind of a matte looking close-up view of what the orbs are doing lately, making this, and it seems to be, it is in the pattern, this pattern is in the violet part of the orb that is colored violet. I don't see it so much in the other colors. And you can see it here on this side, a little bit of that same pattern, and it's in the violet part of the light. It's like another kind of fabric look to this, to orbs, is showing itself. Now, I don't know what to expect next. It could be anything. But I have prayed about all of this, about the light, that I would be able to see scenes of things that have happened in our world, people and places and things. So far, nothing like that. Although you can make faces out of some parts of orbs. They look pretty much like, oh, that's a face, you know, but then we do that. I look at a rug and I can make faces out of it, the way the threads of a rug are bent. So that's nothing unusual. A human being is always finding faces in things. But I'm talking about, I would like to see real scenes from our past or maybe even our future. And that sounds like an impossible thing to wish for. But my imagination doesn't worry about it being impossible, because your imagination can go in any direction it wants. And imagination, as Einstein once said, is more important than intellect. And he was very much into intellect, but he recognized imagination to be very much more important and more valid. In a lot of ways, we're living in a world of illusion that has been what we have created with our imagination. Sometimes orbs do this kind of thing here. They just seem to be undergoing some kind of dance with one another. Now, if you want to see pictures of orbs, many different kinds of orbs, and just go to my Google address, which I will put that address in the description bar of one of these. And I have album after album of pictures. I've taken thousands now, a couple of thousand I'm sure, of these pictures of orbs. They constantly fascinate me. Oh, now this got into my pictures. I don't know why. I was on this picture when I ended it and said share with, this is an album that I put in Google, this whole thing. And that one wasn't supposed to get in, but it got itself in. It's a very beautiful flower that I have in the backyard that's growing over this thing I call my VE tent. And I'll go back to the library. Well, I just started this video, 3 minutes. So I'll see if I can go to that. Okay, here it is. This is that thing that you saw the flower on. I like the vector equilibrium so much that I built one out of PVC pipe. I couldn't get it to stand up on its triangular side. I had to get it on its square side because it kept falling over. Finally, I got it stationary, and I've planted a lot of plants all around it because I want plants to grow all around. And I've got all kinds of things in there. I call this my sacred circle. I've got trees in it. These two tall ones here are apricot trees. I've got an orange tree growing, and a lime tree, and a fig tree, and then a kind of an oak tree. And this one in the middle, that is a Magnolia Jane tree that makes beautiful pink flowers. Anyway, I'll get this bigger. Oh, where'd you go? How did I get out of that? My computer does some strange things sometimes. It goes where I'm not expecting it to go. Well, maybe I did have this in that series. Light is a very colorful place, I say. Okay, this is part of that. I was showing the little fairy looking artifact that is in that camera and talking about that and wanting to see it up close. And always the colors that are around it make it either very vague or not distinguishable at all. So I was in my VE tent using that camera, the tent that you saw that I told you I made out of PVC pipe, and I was taking these pictures inside there. And there she is. There's the fairy. And there she is on the edge there. I'm trying to get it to move more to the center. And I'm getting closer to getting it to move toward the center. Now I have it mostly right there. You have to have a light area behind it because if it's into the dark part, it doesn't show up at all. Now this one showed it real good. So I zeroed in on that one. And there you go. Looks like a little fairy. Do I believe in fairies? I don't know. I probably do. But I can't say I've ever seen one. Unless this is one. Pasted inside of my camera. I know that sounds funny, but this does look like a little nature spirit. And I do believe they are real. I used a tool that straightens things in your pictures. It straightens your picture if it seems to be on its side. And I got her to stand a little more upright. But she really mostly is always like that, like she's just flying over, you know. Anyway, that explains that flower that you saw. It was on that VE tent, the Vector Equilibrium. That is a fun place for me to go, except lately I haven't been going out there and spending any time inside of it because the mosquitoes and the little black fly bug looking things, they sting me so bad. I hate putting all that stuff on you that keeps them off of you, all that cutter and different kinds of products. I hate that on my skin too. So I will be glad when the mosquito season is over. Anyway, I'll just show you a little bit because I want to go all the way to my whole 15 minutes and show you that I have taken so very many pictures of orbs. I'll show you this one. Looks like it has a little rope in it. And let's see if I run across another strange looking one. Well, this one, I'll show you this. These orbs just have come out of the light and they are already moving and reproducing themselves. You can see a succession of pictures that shows how they move, and as they move, I think they're showing what is in empty space in their bodies as they move. And see, they move and turn all kinds of ways. That's one on its side. Looks kind of like the edge of a coin. There's several of them. And see, this one is moving and making beautiful little movements that have color in them as they move. This one I thought looked like a folded up diploma. Maybe I've gotten my light diploma, but I don't think I've learned enough yet. And see, as it moves, this orb here is going into this tube-like section of orb light. There's another example of that. Light enters into its own self. And sometimes it can look very strange. I get some most extraordinary pictures of light as it's moving. There's the one again of the book looking one and the worm looking one. It's like light were a living substance, a living creature that composes everything that is. Everything that is visible comes from the invisible. And I think the invisible is full of stuff. It's full of color. It's full of potential. I really hope scientists will take notice of these movements of light that I'm capturing. And I don't even care if I ever get any notoriety over it or fame. I really don't care. I care only that this become known. That is my biggest, my biggest concern is that people will start seeing light and studying light as it moves. In this way I have learned how to take pictures of it, because I think it's showing us what light does. And light leaves a luminous trail behind itself. I'll go back to the library. I have about 2 more minutes. Let's see, what do I want to show you in that time? How about this? Isn't that beautiful? I'll just go through several of these. There's the one that's the grove of trees. That one's really unusual looking. I'm going through these rather fast because I'm going to end this series of videos with this one. There's a honeycomb looking structure. Oh, I like this one. I remembered this one. Looks like a fan. Very colorful. This one looks like, you know how you see on the sun surface pictures of the sun having these big loops of plasma come up and make an arc? This one looks sort of like that. And they say, in the metaphysical community, as above, so below. As in the large, so in the small. I think that's pretty good advice. Oh, I love this one too. And I will end on this one. And it's been nice talking to whoever was looking at this video. And feel free to comment if you wish to. I enjoy getting comments. Even people who want to tell me that I'm just thinking crazy thoughts, that if I think this is something in another dimension, I don't mind. Just don't use any profanity telling me that you don't like it. I do mind that. I do not like people to talk in ugly ways. So this is the Dove Lady, and I'll talk at you again later. Goodbye for now.